Did you know Mitch Lucker of Suicide Silence sold the bloody shirt he wore in the music video for You Only Live Once? Expecting only a few bucks, they were shocked to find the shirt had earned them $800. The band took the opportunity to do some good with the money, but rather than just donate it to charity, they purchased 4 giant Christmas bags full of toys and personally donated it to kids in need. The experience was so enlightening that the band planned to expand on the idea the following year, hoping to hold a big show at the cost of 1 donation for kids. The cause was especially important to Mitch, who at the time had a 5-year-old daughter who meant the world to him. Sadly, Mitch would meet an untimely death at only 28 before the band had an opportunity to do another donation event. Instead, that following year, the rest of the band held a show in his memory and donated the proceeds to Mitch's daughter's education fund. Credit to the band members for showing true heart and honoring Mitch's legacy in Suicide Silence.
Let's take it back to 2006, where a new wave of metal was emerging. Bands like As Blood Runs Black and Suicide Silence were finding their place in the scene, and amongst them was Job for a Cowboy. In an era dominated by MySpace and online forums, their music spread like wildfire, but it was their music video for Entombment Of A Machine that truly ignited their success. Filmed in the middle of nowhere, this video showcased a group of young guys playing fast, aggressive music, complete with pig squeals, low growls, and that infamous scream. For many at the time, this was their first exposure to extreme music. Most hated it, but so many more could not get enough. This viral sensation marked a turning point for metal, shaping the emerging genre known as deathcore. Bands today still attribute their success to the exposure this video brought to the genre. Job for a Cowboy didn't just join the scene, they helped to revolutionize it.
Did you know that All Shall Perish is planning a comeback in 2024? Credited as one of the early pioneers of blending deathcore with other metal genres, the band released 4 albums between 2003 and 2011. In 2013, Suicide Silence would attempt to pick up the pieces after the tragic loss of their vocalist Mitch Lucker. They reached out to All Shall Perish vocalist Hearn and Eddie Hermida, hoping to recruit him. Eddie, torn between his loyalty to both bands, attempted to juggle dual responsibilities. However, the demands of Suicide Silence ultimately took precedence, causing All Shall Perish to part ways with him. After multiple failed reunion attempts, All Shall Perish is once again on the horizon for 2024, promising 2 major appearances. The lineup consists of Eddie Hermida, Chris Story, Ben Oram, and Matthew Quickendall, with a bassist yet to be announced. What do you think? Is this truly the return of All Shall Perish?
Known for their dark lyrics, heavy riffs, and brutal vocals, Whitechapel has made a name for themselves within the deathcore community. But what's with the name Whitechapel? Shouldn't the band's name be something as equally dark and gruesome? Where does the name even come from? Well, deep in the heart of London's East End lies the district of Whitechapel. The significance? It's the home of the infamously unsolved crimes of Jack the Ripper. Inspired by the district's disturbing past, the metal band Whitechapel emerged. But the inspiration doesn't end with their name. Their debut album, The Somatic Defilement, spends the majority of the tracks plunging listeners deep into the mind of Jack himself. Chord and every scream in each of these tracks is a journey into the heart of darkness, as it narrates his gruesome deeds from a chilling first-person perspective. So it goes without saying that considering the history associated with the name and the brutality of the music, Whitechapel probably is the perfect name for this band.
Did you know Michael Keene, the face behind the FACELESS, comes from musical parents? His mother is a talented singer, and his father is a proficient guitarist and engineer. Both helped to shape Michael's artistic path. He was gifted his first guitar at 5 years old and introduced to jazz and country. As a teenager, he was introduced to metal by his brother and cousin. When Michael combined the liberating sounds of metal together with jazz fusion, the FACELESS was born. His innate grasp of musical structure shined in the band's debut album Akeldama in 2006, but Michael's experimental vision for the FACELESS would truly take form in 2009 with the release of Planetary Duality. The album showcased his talent as an instrumentalist, writer, producer, and vocalist. Despite his personal hurdles in recent years, Michael Keene's enduring legacy lives on. Here's to improved health and self-care in the days ahead, and when the time is right, the hopeful arrival of new material from the FACELESS.